Hi guys, it's a beautiful day once again and welcome back to Dexter's World channel. Today's video allow me to share with you 3 things in order for us to become successful in our guppy farming. The first thing is that when we are going to breed our guppies, we should be able to provide them with a very good environment. And when I'm talking about a good environment, we are referring to a place where they are secured, because these guppies are very prone to the birds, and the birds have this capacity to look at them even during the night. The birds can see them because of their bright colors. So we have to provide them with this good environment so that they will be protected from the predators, especially during the night. And another thing about the environment is the fact that we can expose partly of our guppy breeders to the sunlight. They really needed the sunlight so that they will grow naturally, especially for the babies. And another thing about the environment is for us to be able to protect them from the rain or the flood. In our case here, we are constantly being disturbed by the rain, the flood. And there's a tendency that if we fail to protect our guppies from the flood, there's a tendency that they will vanish. And the second thing that I would like to share with you is the food that we are taking. There are commercial pellets or commercial sinkers that can be readily available for our guppies. But when I'm talking about the food, I'm talking about the frequency of giving it to our guppies. Sometimes we tend to be very excited to feed them, that we are giving them so much of this food already that this unconsumed food will be the cause for the development of the bacteria. So these are actually the simple and basic things that I am sharing now, and I hope that this will help, especially for the new beginners. When I am talking about these hiding materials, I'm talking about this live plants. Well, live plants is always best for our guppies, even in other live bearer fish, even the mollies. We have the swordtails, and even the tetras and the platies. They really needed that live plants. That's why I always see to it that the fish can enjoy also the live plants. And another thing is providing them with, like this one, these are nylon threads that can be utilized for the hiding place of the baby guppies. This can also be used for breeding of hito or any other fish like the goldfish and the Japanese koi. And this is very cheap. This is just very readily available. If you have this bags of rice, you can utilize that as hiding materials for our guppies. But today I'm going to share with you a very important technique in order for us to ensure that we can collect the babies 100%. And this is actually making a trap for our parent guppies. To trap our breeder guppies is the best method in order for us to secure the babies, because they're really eating the babies. And I was dismayed this morning to see only 1 or 2 babies. I expect that each mama can give us around 30 to 40 guppies, but I only saw 2. So my interpretation is they are eating the rest of the babies, only 2 survive. So I have decided to just make a trap. And as you can see here, I have here some plastic materials. I bought this from the department store, and this is actually has a multi-purpose use. You can cover this your food and anything. You can use it. But this time, I'm gonna be making a DIY frame. I would like to cut some parts of this in order for us to make this as our frame, and we will do this cutting. So practically we already have this as our frame, and this is very effective. And you can also use this in breeding your goldfish, breeding your tetras, and other types of fish. So what we're gonna do next is to glue here our net. And this net has small holes that can trap the parents, but will allow the babies to escape right away as long as they are delivered by the parents or their mamas. For this video, I'm just showing to you how to prepare the frame. And the content of our next video will be the actual putting of some net right here. We will glue the nets right here so that we can trap the parents. And I'm so glad with this method because it's been our practice ever since we started this guppy farming. It's been a practice to really trap the parents. I already have tried putting some aquatic plants, but this is not 100% effective insofar as the safety of the babies. But you can provide live plants in the tank because this can also help the natural filtration of the water. But for us to just rely on these aquatic plants for the hiding place of the babies, well, it is not 100% effective. What is 100% effective is really trapping the pregnant mamas so that this, babies can just immediately escape from their parents or from the other guppies that would literally eat them because they're very innocent. They cannot immediately swim. They don't have the strength. So how many hours they will be just settled in the bottom of the tank, and there is really that big chances of being eaten by the other guppies. So you can see that our staff had been so busy carrying all these plants in another place so that we can start up our new guppy farm here. this is the place that I'm going to use for our Guppy farm. And not only Guppy farm, but the Tetra, I also would like to revive back our breeding of Tetras and some other smaller fish. And this is already quite good because this place is big. It has a width of 3 meters, and we will just provide the necessary roofings. I am planning to remove all these boxes here so that we can have easy access, and we will transfer this in another lot. And this is gonna be our future development for this channel. And you know that we are doing business. I would like to encourage you that if you have a small backyard, you can turn it into a profitable place by just breeding guppies, by just breeding betta fish and all kinds of fish like this goldfish within your capacity to maintain. And if you have a vast source of water, if you have also a good property, you can also convert that into a fish pond or mud pond so that you can also earn an income. And many of you asked, what about the restaurant or the place where people can just go in and have a dine with catfish? Well, this is really developing, but we only need a little time and money, huge amount of money, so that we can fill in the area to protect our establishment from the flood. You know that this is actually a low-lying area that we have to address. We cannot just complacent about this. We already have experienced this flooding. That's why we have to elevate the place. So for the meantime, just be entertained and learn about the guppy breeding, and then please watch also as we're gonna develop this place. We are going to landscape, put some plants here, and this is gonna be developed also into an aviary in the future. So these are the things that are actually playing on my mind, and I hope that we can accomplish these things. So that's all that we can share. I hope that you will continue to like and share our videos, and shout out to the members of this channel. Thanks for your support. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, may we humbly ask you to please subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we are uploading informative videos every 2 days now, only here at Dexter's World.